Matter is that you know, this is very apparent in everything. And actually, on my webpage, I've got on the Revolutionary Business blog, I've got a couple more videos, and one is the OODA loop applied to soccer, and it's basically teaching kids this philosophy in the application of soccer. And you know, we're talking about 8 and 9 year olds, but once you understand what's going on, these decision making or these operations, how they affect what's going on in an environment like playing sports or business, you start to realize, how can I improve what I'm doing? And so that's effectively beginning, why I came up with this idea, and what that's all about. Now, let's get to our blog. Now, the blog is, in my, we had a situation where we didn't have a web page. We need to disseminate some information. Well, we got a web page, but it's 3 years old, 4 years old. It's not been updated in that long. And so, how do we get out new information, new members, what's going on?
Is that my photo?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to ask you about possibly supplying us with.
I took one similar to that. That's why I had to ask.
Okay.
What's your name?
I thought his photo was excellent. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah, well, it's a nice photo, but I was hoping that you might have another one that's,
It needs to be a little bit lighter because it's hard to read.
Yeah. Maybe you can help with that.
I can help. Good talk.
But in any case, Randy talked about thinking outside the box. Well, the box that we think in is right here, inside of our head. So getting outside this head is impossible unless I ask Derek or ask Dave. Then their thinking, added to my thinking, could potentially be outside the box as well. And so this is another opportunity that the blog presents, is that we can put out information, but then we can also use it, as our own. So, for example, if Derek teaches me a trick about photography or something that is interesting about photography or wedding invitations or something along those lines, and I run into somebody that needs that information, I can deliver that information, and then they can look at me and say, I'm somebody that can solve problems, and somebody that possibly could be trusted. So by delivering that, we can all help each other by the fact that we know something that may help somebody else. And I think it's, not sure what the gentleman's name is, but he wrote the book, How to Swim with the Sharks Without Getting Eaten Alive. Harvey McKay. He says that the salesman's greatest dream picture is somebody saying their name. Effectively, that's the salesman's greatest idea, is someone saying their name. Well, if you're a astute salesman and you're solving problems, more than likely when people run into problems, they're going to say, who solves problems? Dave solves problems. Let me call him. Maybe it's not anything to do with his particular business, but nevertheless, it's opening that path to.
I have actually had that happen.
Yeah. So let's just get into the different things that I've got here. I basically put this together, and I'm more than willing to help anybody add content to this thing. But I try to put a few different examples of things that we could use. Event